Okay, so today we're going to take a look at a very nice game that I have never played before, but I'm sure a lot of people have played this before because this is very popular on the Sega Genesis. Gunstar Heroes. And from what I've seen on YouTube, videos of it, and reviews of this game, supposedly this is probably the best game on Sega Genesis according to a lot of people. And according to him too, that animal right there, he told me that this game right here is the best thing going. So, we're gonna take a look at this game. Now keep in mind I never played the game before, so I'm gonna suck at it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I tried it once right before I recorded this, and I will try it again. And what I can tell you before I even start playing this game, let's take a look at the box art. Now what I can tell you is, what I was going to tell you before is, the developers of this game, they must have known the insides and out of the Sega Genesis, because some of the stuff I've seen in this game is ridiculous. The sprites and the animation, they really know, they must have known something about the Sega Genesis that the other developers had no idea what the hell they were doing. Nice box art, look at that. Well, these guys that developed this game, they must have known the inside to out of the Sega Genesis, the Sega Mega Drive, depending on where you guys come from, but you will see things in this game that, for a second, some parts of this game, within the first 10 minutes, I thought I was playing something on the 32X, to be honest with you. These guys made the Sega Genesis really do shit I have never ever seen before on the Sega Genesis, to say the least. So let's take a look at the game, and you will see for yourself. So now I know why that this game has the reputation that it does. Okay, so we're going to be playing Gunstar's Hero. And like I said before, I only played this once, so I'm not familiar with how this game works. But as you can see by the intro, Treasure knows exactly what they're doing with the Sega Genesis. As you can see, the animation is very nice. The game moves very smooth. And this is just the intro to the game by itself, as you can see. And the intro by itself has very nice graphics. Now, I've heard a lot of people speak about this game, and you know, there's a lot of people out there that claim that this is the very best Sega Genesis game that there ever was. And if you go on eBay, this game goes for a hefty price, between $40 to $60. You'd be lucky if you can get it between $40 and $60. I got the game for around $20, which is really cheap. As you can see, even the title screen has some sort of 3D effect. And right here, once we start the game, I guess you have to choose a character. One has like a free shot where if you walk around you can just shoot anywhere, any direction, like I guess in Contra. And there's another character that's fixed shot, which I assume where you just stand still while you're shooting in different directions. And you have a choice between 4 different weapons. And this is before you even begin the game, which is pretty cool. So even if you play through the game, you have replay value. You can actually go back and play the game differently with using different character, different weapons. And as you can see here, there's similar to Mega Man. You can choose like a boss or a certain area that you want to play first. There's 4 different places you can play. I'm going to choose the first one, because that's the one that I played before for the first time. And I really like the graphics. The greenery. Treasure did a very good job with this game. And I really admired the fact that they my cat also likes this game, as you can hear him speaking about this game also. Yeah, he's been playing this more than I have. Anyways, this game has such nice animation. As you can see, the on-screen animation, all the characters, everything that's on screen is insane. The amount of stuff they put on screen. I guarantee you that the Super Nintendo probably would not be able to do this. It would probably have to be tweaked, and it probably wouldn't look as nice. I'm going to give the Sega Genesis credit for that, because, no, as mentioned before by European Gamer Palooza leader Gavite, last processing was a marketing campaign because the Sega Genesis had a faster refresh rate. But it's definitely a fact that the Sega Genesis had better on-screen animation than the Super Nintendo in most cases. For example, in WrestleMania, the arcade game, Sega Genesis could have several characters on screen, up to 4, without no lag. The Super Nintendo had a lag, and they only can handle 3. As we can see here, there's different weapons you can choose, like, kind of like Contra, you can power up your weapons. And this is an interesting looking character. This is like I guess a mini boss. I'm not sure what that is, but it's like a large plant. And here it's like a power up right here where you can switch your weapons. I prefer the fire. It's like a weapon you use up close to your enemy. And as you can see, there's a lot of action in this game. You can even grab onto your enemy and use him as a weapon. You can throw him. This game has a lot of complex stuff, to say the least, because you can actually... There's things that I did not realize you can do in this game until I played about 20 minutes into the game. Then I realized, oh wait, I can do... Like, what? I can do this? I never realized I could do that. If you're playing this for the first time, you're gonna really need to practice. I'm playing this on easy mode because I want to practice before I start playing it on medium hard. And I'm not the greatest at this game, as you can see. But I can tell you that I am enjoying playing it. And as you can see up here, there's a boss coming up next after this, climbing up like a pyramid type of thing. As you can see, I'm grappling these guys and tossing them and trying to shoot them at the same time. Even the clouds in the background. The way they move, very nice and smooth. And it's almost like they have not just one layer of clouds moving, there's like two layers of clouds moving if you look very carefully. Which is really interesting. I don't know how the hell they pulled that off, but... And now look at this. This is like a three-dimensional box-looking guy. Nah, I'm not sure how they pulled that off on Genesis, but yeah, it looks very nice. It almost looks like something on the 32X. Like if any of you have seen a Virtual Fighter on the 32X, they look like a bunch of boxy-looking guys, and somehow Treasure managed to pull that off without the 32X attachment, and they somehow they knew the insides and out of the Sega Genesis. I don't know how the hell they pulled all this off on a system that originally released in Japan in 1988, but they pushed the Sega Genesis to its limits, to say the least. And here's the power-up. We can, it's like a flamethrower type of thing going on here. And you have a bee's nest, which you can try to defeat with the flamethrower. You have these arms coming out trying to kill you. So as I mentioned before, this game, according to quite a few people, is probably the best game on the Genesis. And this is a real legit copy. Excuse me. This game is playing on a real Model 1 Sega Genesis. High definition model. This is another boss. This boss is a little bit more trickier than the previous boss. It's a little bit tougher. You have to try to not get hit by the boss because he will mess you up. Yeah, as you can see, I defeated him. Stage clear. Even the sound effects are nice. Okay, so once you clear the stage, I guess you have to pick one of the other 3 stages. So now we're going to be entering the stage right here. And what is this? Looks like I'm on some type of cart wheel attachment thing. So as you can see, it's very creative. You're not just walking around in every single stage. In this stage, you're on some type of a platform with wheels. So this is Sega Genesis blast processing at its best right here. See in the background, and there's a little foreground that's in between you and the background. There's actually a train cart that comes into the picture, and you have a few enemies, and now you're going down a hole. As you can see, there's some enemies over here. You have to try to manage to kill the enemies. Now this is something I didn't realize, that you can jump back and forth. I didn't realize you can do that, but I guess if you double jump, you can jump to the other side, but I didn't realize that until later on. See, the graphics are pretty damn amazing for the Sega Genesis. I know these type of games are very addictive because, you know, it's side-scrolling shooter games like Contra. I have a few other games. I have Rocket Knight Adventures, which I wouldn't consider, but I have, let's see here. Cyborg Justice is not really a shooter game, it's like a beat 'em up. That game annoys the shit out of me. Ranger X is the game I'm thinking of. That game. I also own Ranger X, and that game is actually pretty good. If you like Rocket Knight Adventure, or this game right here, Gunstar Heroes, then you probably would like Ranger X also, which uses a 6-button controller. I'm also using a 6-button controller right now to play this game. However, this game doesn't use all 6 buttons, so you can use 3 of the 6 buttons, and it functions perfectly fine. I know that some games on the Sega Genesis does not like the 6-button controller for some reason. I don't know why, but here's another boss. This guy turns into some type of robot, as you can see. And he's gonna try to mess me up here. And I died.